I've never seen such a righteous serial killer. Every time he strikes, people flood social media with likes and comments of approval. That's because his victims are always those who've slipped through the cracks of the justice system. The police have arrested him before, but without hard evidence, they had no choice but to let him walk. The public, however, has embraced him as a hero, dubbing him the city's light. His first target was an overweight man. Just days earlier, a fire had broken out in an apartment building, trapping a young girl inside. When firefighters arrived, they found this man's car illegally parked in the fire lane, blocking their access. He was drunk that day and didn't move his vehicle for a full hour. By then, it was too late. The innocent girl had lost her life because of him. The vigilante tracked him down and tied him up, then doused the entire room with gasoline. He wanted this man to experience the same terror the girl felt in her final moments. After dialing 911 and handing the phone to his victim, he lit the gasoline and left. On his way out, he parked the man's own car in the fire lane, blocking the trucks once again. The man burned to death, just like the girl he'd condemned. Police immediately launched an investigation, but before they could make any headway, the second victim appeared. This time, it was a math teacher. The vigilante chained him up in a classroom and tossed him a workbook, the same kind that had driven one of his students to mental illness. The boy had struggled with math, constantly dragging down the class average. The teacher had reprimanded him regularly, forcing him to stand as punishment and demanding he complete an entire workbook in a single day, an impossible task. The pressure eventually broke the boy's mind, leaving him unable to care for himself. The school's response? A mere warning for the teacher. Public outrage followed, but the teacher remained unrepentant. He figured time would make people forget, but the vigilante wasn't about to let it slide. He handed the teacher a workbook and a locked box, explaining that inside was a phone he could use to call for help. The combination? The square root of the sum of all the workbook's answers. Then he slashed the teacher's arm. Unable to solve the problems fast enough to outpace his blood loss, the teacher bled out right there in the classroom. 2 murders in quick succession had the Major Crimes Unit under intense pressure. Just as they were reaching out to criminal psychology experts for assistance, the third killing occurred.